it's Dawn from Ninja Bunny Crochet. Today I'm going to talk about some updates for my channel. I know I have not been putting out a lot of tutorials like I would usually do, like one a week or one every other week. I've been kind of slowing it down a little bit. Part of that reason I've been working a lot on updating some of my written patterns to a more user-friendly format. Something that's easier to print out, because I know a lot of people like to print their patterns, or something that it will also look nice on your computer or on your tablet. So that's been taking up a lot of time because I do have a lot of written patterns. I've got like 70 or 80 written patterns up on my Etsy shop. So I'm trying to get those updated for everyone too. And also, I noticed on my September giveaway that a lot of people like to crochet for charity. I like to crochet for charity too. So I thought, hey, why don't I start making some patterns and tutorials for crochet for charity? I could do lots of different things for different patterns for Linus Project or lap blankets, hats for the homeless shelters, like different easy but yet nice patterns, because you know, sometimes in the homeless shelters and like the battered women's shelters and stuff, sometimes these people, they're not just people that are living on the streets. Sometimes these people are living in the housing that they have, and they're going out for job interviews and stuff, and you know, they really would like to have something nice to wear when they're going out for a job interview. So I thought maybe we should try making some nice things that we can donate to the homeless shelters too. And we could really, as the crochet community, we could be donating some really nice things to people, and it gives us some nice projects that we can do, that we have, because we love like doing the nice projects, and so we have fun doing it, and we could donate it to people and really be helping a lot of people out. So I thought that would be kind of fun to do. I mean, if that's something that y'all would like to do, you know, drop me a comment in the comment section and let me know that, because I can create some nice patterns, and that are not complicated patterns, that are easy to do, and that we can crochet up some really nice things for charity. And there's lots of things. Been doing some research online. There's lots of different national charities that we can donate to, but I'm sure there's lots of ones that are in your local area that all you have to do is do some searches for, and you can find lots of local charities as well. So I thought that would be a good fun thing to do for a while, to do some crochet for charity. So that was an idea I had to move the channel in that type of a direction as well. And then the other thing I noticed is lots of you have asked about this shawl right back here. I am still working on writing the pattern up for this shawl, and then once I get it fully written down and in a my nice new format, I got to send it out to the testers to make sure that my numbers are working and everything works, and to make sure I've got my yarn amounts right. So it might be another few weeks before I have this ready for the channel, but I'll definitely have it out there soon for you, hopefully before the holidays, because I know some of you like to make shawls and pretty stuff for the holidays. So hopefully I'll get that done in the next couple weeks, in time for y'all to have this for the holidays. It doesn't take too long to make it, but I want to make sure I get it out there for everyone. Today I'm going to talk about Yarn Inspirations Caron Colorama Ogos. There are actually 3 different types of Ogos. These are the Coloramas. They also have the Caron Big Donut Ogos and the Bernat Blanket Yarn Ogos. I do have some of the Big Donut Ogos. Those are a 4-weight yarn, and then there are the Bernat Blanket Ogos, which are out of the Bernat Blanket yarn. I do not have any of the Bernat Blanket yarn, mainly because I'm not a big fan of the Bernat Blanket yarn. But I do have the Big Donuts. It's basically like a Caron Jumbo ball of yarn. But I am going to talk about this one specifically today, because I have worked with this one. I'm starting to work with the Big Donuts, but today I'm going to talk about this one. This is the Colorama, which is the Bulky 5. Now, first I thought I wasn't going to like these yarn. I wasn't going to like this because of the donut format. I didn't think, thought maybe it was going to be too big to try to store it. It is a little bit different, but really, honestly, when you put them on your shelf or whatever, it really doesn't take up that much more room than like a Karen big cake or a chunky cake. So when you think about it, it doesn't really take up that much more room. And I really like the yarn. It's a nice thick bulky yarn. It's a nice bulky 5. I think it's a good size bulky 5. I like it. It's nice, and it makes a nice warm hat. I've been making hats with this. If you go on the Yarn Inspirations website, they have lots of different patterns for them. So I did get a pattern from Yarn Inspirations. So the project I'm going to show you is not my it's not my pattern. It's a pattern from Yarn Inspirations, which again I will link in the description box below. So if you happen to like the hat I'm going to show you, you can get the pattern from Yarn Inspirations. So this is the hat that I made. And this is an intermediate pattern. They do have beginner patterns as well. It's nice and thick and warm. And what I will say though, if you decide to go to Yarn Inspirations and get this pattern, do a gauge swatch. I didn't do a gauge swatch at first when I made the first one. And this is my first one. And it came out child size. I used a J 6mm hook, and because that was the size that was on the pattern, I was thinking, oh, it'll be fine. I'll just use the same hook size that's on the pattern. I've never had any problem with Yarn Inspirations patterns before. I don't need to do a gauge swatch. Wrong. Do a gauge swatch, because this hat came out for the size, for a child size, maybe 18 to 20 inch circumference. Definitely not an adult hat size. So you can see I don't know if you can see the difference here. If I line them up this way, you can see the difference in the size of the hat. So yeah, definitely this hat will fit an adult. This hat is a child size. So I ended up having to use a K hook, 6.5mm hook, to do the adult size. So depending on which, definitely do a gauge swatch. Now, how you use an OGO, once you get your label off, you take this label off. I'll show you with this one right here because I've already taken the label off. This color, if you're interested, is called Overboard. And this lovely pink one is called Lippy. You separate the ends of the ends, and there's this plastic piece right here. It's like one of those tags that you have on a tag that you would see on a shirt or a price tag. You just snip the tag, snip that piece of plastic, grab the end of it, and you just pull it out. And you just throw, whoops, it fell on the floor there. You just pull that out and you want to throw that away. You want to make sure you throw that away because if you have any animals or small children, you want to make sure you definitely throw that out because you do not want your any animals or kids to get a hold of that. Then you have this like tube of yarn. Now, if you're just going to allow the yarn to self-stripe and just go ahead and crochet, you can go ahead and pull the yarn right from the end here. It can come from the inside or you can go from the outside. Now I pulled my yarn from the inside. This is coming from the outside because I really couldn't see where the inside pull was from on this one, so it would come from the outside, which did not tangle at all. Now, to do that pattern, it said you should separate your colors. This makes color controlling so much easier. You just grab the end and you just pull out the color that you're working on so you can separate your colors. And you just pull it out like that. and there. Now this one has a little knot, but it's between the colors, which is really not a big deal. You just take your scissors, and I know I'm a little far away, but you just go ahead and you just snip that, and then you can just snip off that little knot, just like that. And you have your yarn right there, and it just pulls right out. And what I did, the pattern suggested that you put this in a baggie. So what I did instead is I just went ahead and balled it up. And it just pulls out. It did not at all tangle. And I just rolled it up into a ball. Now the one thing I didn't care for with, there's only one thing I did not care for with the Ogo, is that that first color is separated. So you are gonna have a separation because the rest of the color is over on this end. So there is gonna be a little bit of a separation in these two colors. So then you just go to your next color and you go up here and you just gently pull the color apart, just like that. And I'm going to set that down there, and you'll see where the two colors are come apart. You pull that up there like that, and you just snip that. So let me get my yarn scissors, and you just snip, and then you have your color right here, and you can just ball that right up. And again, it just pulls out really super easy. I had like no tangles when I was doing this at all. And like I said, that was only the second knot I had in, let's see, 1, 2, 4 Ogos. And again, it's only in between the colors, so it really doesn't matter because it's in between the colors. So this makes color controlling your project so easy. So much easier than working with one of the cake yarns, because when you start pulling apart a cake, everything falls apart and it tangles. This, no tangles. So much easier. And then you just put your little balls in like sandwich baggies, and you're ready to go. And with the, if you're using a pattern from Yarn Inspirations, they letter the colors. They put it like color A, B, C on the colors, and then you can just write the letter on the bag for the color. Or if you're using any pattern that you just, color A, B, C, you just put the letter on the bag and put the color in there, and you're good to go. So I'm not going to go ahead and do all the colors because that'll take up too much time, but you got the point. Super easy to do, and I really actually like these Ogos a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'd be considering trying one of the Ogos. And if you're not sure of what you would want to make with it, go on over to Yarn Inspirations and grab one of their patterns and just whip it up and see if you like it too. So thanks for watching, and happy crocheting. Bye-bye.